Hello.
Hello.
I'm Tim Rogers.
We're back again. You know we had to do it to him. We're here to give you the news.
You didn't say your name.
I'm Gita Jackson.
And this is Kotaku XP.
You're here for Tim. Let's be real. Tim's the big star here.
No.
Look at him. We love him.
I'm a stupid freak and I'm here to die.
Let's go to the news, buds.
No, not yet. I want to let everyone know, first of all, you'd better close the tab.
No, keep it open. Don't listen to him.
If you don't want to hear the news.
Don't do this.
If you don't want to hear the news.
Keep the tab open.
You'd better close the tab.
Don't leave us.
Click that X or buckle that seatbelt. You make the choice.
You're the master of your own destiny. Just know that. But I hope you'll stay with us as we walk you through.
Let's go to the news, right?
Let's go to the news. Okay, big thing that happened this week.
Oh, yeah.
We got a bunch of new Pokemon games announced.
Oh, the Pokemans, yeah.
We're poking some mans. Okay, so there's one that's out right now, Pokemon Quest. I've been playing a little bit of that. It's like an iPhone RPG kind of thing, but it's on the Switch. It's free to start. Which means you're gonna have to pay for it eventually. But
yeah,
it's fine. It's cute. Everything's pixelated and a bunch of squares. It's all voxels. It's cute. Whatever. That's not what people are excited about. They're excited about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Let's Go Pokemons.
Let's Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemons.
Yeah.
These are remakes of the Pokemon Yellow, except you can have either Pikachu or Eevee follow you.
Uh-huh.
They take you back to Kanto, and they are also heavily inspired or lift some concepts from the iPhone one.
Pokemon Go, that's the one.
Yeah, where you would walk out in the real world and flick the screen to catch Pokemon, and it was a huge phenomenon, kind of fell off, but there's definitely a bunch of new players from Pokemon Go that Nintendo wants to hook into their consoles and make them buy a Switch, basically.
And why wouldn't they want all those people, right?
There were so many people play Pokemon Go.
I mean, I see them outside on the street in New York City all the time.
Yeah?
Maybe as you become an older person, you start to think that people get bored of you personally get bored of stuff. Then you go outside into New York City and you see thousands of children and teenagers and young adults who definitely have not gotten tired of that Pokemon Go.
They seriously haven't.
So get those people, right?
Yeah. I went to a press event and got a chance to talk to Junichi Masuda, who is he's worked on every single Pokemon game
He's
ever.
been there since the beginning.
And composed all the music, and he said a bunch of cool stuff. It's definitely, he designed the sort of screen flicking mechanic that how you catch Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah.
So
a stroke of genius, one might say.
It's honestly real simple and good. It's real simple and good and easy for people to understand. So they're bringing that to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
They've got that Pokeball controller.
They got that Pokeball controller, which I think is going to change people's lives.
So if the preview video is any indication, you can carry that thing around and you can hear your Pikachu rattling
it'll
inside there.
Apparently, I don't know if this is true. I haven't gotten my hands on it, but they say the HD Rumble will make it feel like there is a Pokemon inside of it.
Yeah, there's these little tingly rumbles.
Yeah.
So as if it wasn't creepy enough that you're playing a game where you shrink down and then imprison animals in a little tiny ball, and now you get to feel that in real life. It seems like it has a speaker in it.
Yeah, it'll make the same cry as whatever Pokemon you put inside of it.
That's terrifying.
Last but not least, Pokemon news for the week.
Yeah.
Last night, in the wee hours in the morning, a demo for Gold and Silver leaked, and it's super cool. There's no time to go through all the things that's in it that were not actually in Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
The skateboard was real. Giovanni was in the game. It used to be, Johto just used to be wasn't the map they went with. It was the entire map of Japan was the map.
Oh yeah.
The best part, though, is there's a Pokemon called Octillery. It's a giant squid, basically, and its evolutionary line has never really made any sense.
Uh-huh.
It evolves from a fish into a squid. Remoraid, which evolves into Octillery, in this early version of the game, was just a gun.
It was a gun.
It was a fish gun.
A fish gun.
Do you, hold that fish and shoot Pokemon with it?
They could have called it a manta ray gun.
They should have.
Honestly.
No.
So it was a gun
Yeah.
that evolved into a tank.
Yeah.
And if it would have been available and then successful, it would have been a they would have made like a de-evolved version, which was a knife that evolved into the gun that then evolved into the tank.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the logic
Like
behind
a swordfish sword.
Yeah, that would be really good.
So you asked the director, you asked Masuda.
Yeah.
Okay, you asked him if people eat Pokemon.
And he said they didn't know.
He said they don't know. I just want to say I don't eat meat. I don't say I'm a vegetarian because that's too, that's asking for it. I don't eat meat. However, I would definitely cook a Pokemon.
I don't want to think about that.
I'm not going to say I would eat it. Though I would cook a Pikachu.
Let's move on to other things. So the other big news
The
week,
biggest news, I suppose, for all of those hardcore video game likers out there this week is that new Fallout.
yeah, man.
They skipped. It's Fallout 76.
Yeah.
So the easy joke to make here is that they skipped Fallouts 5 through 75. They skipped 70 Fallouts. That's the joke that I made hours ago here at Kotaku headquarters.
Came over to my desk and said that.
Though I came over to your desk for another reason and ended up saying that.
You didn't just come over to my desk to say that. You said other things first.
Multiple other things. Who cares what those were? However, I've had time to reflect on that joke, and now I've thought, while making a Fallout game, while making any kind of big AAA game, one must eventually, on accident, consider their own mortality and think, will we possibly ever make Fallouts 5 through 75? And then all you have to do is look at Wikipedia and look at how far apart the releases are spaced. Final Fantasy's been around for 30 years, and there's only 15 of them. So 70 Fallouts, that would take another 140 years to make. And let's face it, that is a lifespan that eclipses that of some towns and cities and whole civilizations. We don't have time for that. However, if they do make 70 Fallout games in the next 140 years, I'm pretty sure they won't. There probably won't ever be a Fallout 75. If there is, and you're watching this video somehow 150 years from now, I'm dead, and I'm sorry. Having said that, what is the deal with this Fallout 76?
Jason says it's some kind of online game. That makes sense because Vault 76 is a control vault.
The control vault.
Yeah.
Control vault.
So all the vault systems in Fallout were basically actually human experiments, and in an experiment you need to have a control vault that's just normal ass. So this is the normal ass vault. Also because this is going to take place probably earlier in the Fallout timeline.
Yes.
So only 20 years after the bombs have dropped.
That's when the doors open.
So the doors open. After. Makes sense. 1776, Vault 76.
2076.
2076 is when the game takes place.
So it's going to be a wilder, wackier place than the Fallout worlds we've known in the past.
Yeah.
It's going to be more of a wasteland style.
It's going to be some of the town building mechanics are going to come back for this one. I just want another game as good as New Vegas. I don't know if we'll ever get that, but that's what I want, and I'm just going to voice that here. But I'm sure lots of people will like 76.
Yeah, so Bethesda did that whole, they went real big on that single-player games still exist campaign that they had a while back.
Yeah, man.
So this one's going to be an online game.
Yeah.
I think they've made more than enough single-player games to, make a statement with that single-player games rule campaign they did. So, this is just, it's going to be a big-scale survival action RPG, scrounge up, get stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to have some kind of a battle royale component.
Oh, I bet, buddy.
Why wouldn't it?
100 players versus 100 death class.
If everyone in the world is dead and you find somebody else who's still alive, you're going to want to kill them too, right?
I don't think I would, actually. I don't want to talk to them. That's why I'm not set out for games like this.
Oh, well. I suppose we'd better move on to another video game that's all about killing.
Yeah?
And that's that Fortnite.
Fortnite has new vehicles now.
Yeah, quote-unquote vehicles. It's a shopping cart.
Cecilia got up so early to test this out and write about it, and she actually got to ride in a shopping cart, which I guess it does count as a vehicle. Can you steer them in the game?
You can steer.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole lot of it looks like there's a whole lot of nuance in there. I personally have not ridden a shopping cart yet in the game.
In
myself.
life, have you ridden a shopping cart?
I've ridden plenty of shopping carts. The whole I saw a discussion on the internet. There were people saying, do you ever shopping cart surf in real life? They're like talking about this because of, I guess, apropos of Fortnite, because what's the other reason that people would be talking about this? I saw it on Twitter. That shopping cart surfing is when you're pushing the cart and you put your foot up on it and you just kind of let it go.
Oh, yeah, that rules.
That's what you can do in Fortnite. You can also jump up and stand on top of it.
Oh.
Is that shopping cart surfing? So I don't actually know what shopping cart surfing is. Is it riding it by like standing on the
I do that
rail?
all the time when there's no one in the grocery store.
You've got to do that.
You got to get to the food you want quickly. You got to do that.
You got to do it, but only if there's not like a whole lot of other people around.
Yeah, if there's a lot of other people,
you don't want to like slam into somebody and knock them over, which I've seen happen. I used to work at a Target store in high school and college, and I actually pushed shopping carts a lot. It was part of the part of the job. They would say, go out there and push the shopping carts, and I was an idiot, so I would go do it, even though somebody else might have been willing to do it. I preferred being out there pushing shopping carts and, helping people at the customer service or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
So I used to push those carts a lot. Carts back then were really heavy, man. The bottom was like made of steel, so you got a lot of weight on there. And now that all the shopping carts are all plastic, I don't really, get much joy.
Could you do much damage?
You push it around, it's very simple.
In Fortnite, they're the classic, the metal ones.
It's like a classic looking shopping cart. It looks like it's pretty heavy.
Can you murk someone with a shopping cart in Fortnite? Do you know? Can you run someone over and kill them?
I don't think you can,
okay.
No. I feel like I would have seen 100 GIFs or GIFs of that. But mostly GIFs is what I would have seen of that.
Yeah, mostly GIFs. Another cool thing that happened this week.
Oh yeah, I saw this. I know what we're talking about.
Yeah. So Dark Souls Remastered came out.
Yeah.
Heather Alexandra did an incredible review that's up on the site. You should read it. But another cool thing is data miners are already in there. They kept a lot of the sequence breaks. Heather was telling me there's a lot of the skips you can still do if you're that speedrunners found. And another thing that data miners found in this remastered Dark Souls is an early concept for one of the levels in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Which is so wild to me.
So where did they find it? It was just like a level map file?
Yeah,
right?
It was a level map file that they found. They recognized the naming convention, and it wasn't a level map file that they had recognized from the game, so they extracted it, threw it in Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, and then they just had Trevor run around an early version of one of the levels from Bloodborne, which is so crazy.
Driving a car up it?
Yeah, just driving a car up in, what's the town in Bloodborne called?
That's the,
Oh
my God.
That's it, you're fired. You gotta go.
What is the town
Show
in Bloodborne?
over.
I call that game Bloobdorn so much that I don't have any real knowledge of it anymore.
It's okay.
I played it a long time ago. That was the game runs at like 12 FPS, so you figure you'd remember the name of it.
I love the whole vibe of Bloodborne so much, but Souls type games are just not my thing.
I'm gonna admit I never beat Bloobdorn.
Yeah?
I never beat it. I was very busy with my job at that time.
Yeah.
And it's just incompatible to my job. So maybe I could experience it again in Grand Theft Auto 5.
I think you should take a car through Bloobdorn. I think that would really be the best thing for you to do.
I am gonna play the Dark Souls remaster. I've played that game before.
Yeah. It's coming out on Switch soon, so.
Man, Bloodborne's so good. It's just I want them to. Can they remaster Bloodborne so that it has a better frame rate?
I mean, hopefully. That will come in the future.
I mean, they can't just do that because it's a PlayStation
really, that
exclusive
bad?
game. I don't know. It's not. I think it's just like too bad for me to.
Yeah.
Really.
Italy's like just noticeable enough for you.
Yeah, I'm a huge jerk about that stuff. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
I can't help it. I was born at 60 frames per second, and God help me if
when
I'm
you
gonna.
came out of the womb, they were like, "Wow, he's so clear and crisp."
Yeah, it was buttery. I was buttery smooth at birth. So when I don't want to see the words "you died" appear on the screen at 12 FPS because I was born at 60. I'm not going to die at 12, right?
Words. I mean,
I know it's not.
Yearbook, that's someone's yearbook quote right now.
I know it's not 12 FPS. I know it's faster. It's more like 15 or 16. I just like saying 12 FPS. That sounds funny.
All right, last topic of the day.
Oh, yeah.
The leakiest game franchise in the world had a leak, and it is Assassin's Creed.
It's hilarious that they made a game with a boat in it, and the boat didn't sink because of leaking.
You didn't think about that joke too hard, did you?
No, that was off the top of my head. Because
Just straight off the dome?
You said leakiest, and I thought, well, here we go.
Every year, right before E3, we get a leak about the new Assassin's Creed, and this year is no different. They are already sending out merch to game stores,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Jeux Video, a French game site, got a tip with a picture of this keychain, which is a Roman helmet, and we're going to ancient Rome and/or Greece, buddies.
I believe it's called Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, it is.
And it
So
looks
must
like
be Greece.
it looks like a Spartan helmet.
Yeah.
I know because I've played some video games with Spartans and you know that's.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to lie and say I've read a lot of ancient Greek history, so.
I feel like
I
that would be
accidentally-
true about you, though.
Oh well, maybe I haven't. The lie is that I said I was
Two
going to
truths
lie.
and a lie, Kotaku XP edition.
Yeah, who knows? So I have a couple of things to say about this. First of all, great idea, right? Assassin's Creed in ancient Greece.
That's everybody's wanted that forever. So
I want that, and I want ancient Rome as well. There's no way there's not going to be some Romans like bumbling around. In
yeah,
there
I wonder
somewhere.
what era of Greek history we're going to be in, because I know everyone conflates, like I did in this video, conflates ancient Greece and ancient Rome because they are similar in some like aesthetic ways.
They got those pillars.
Yeah, they got them pillars, man,
big.
togas and stuff.
Pillars, togas.
Yeah.
There's got to be some. There's definitely going to be some Romans in there.
Yeah, I think there's going to
Wearing
be
their Roman
some
armor.
crossover in there somewhere.
I hope to see authentically painted statues.
Oh, I would love that. Authentically painted buildings as well.
Yeah, that'll be great. So, I mean, the only things left to say about this are another Assassin's Creed game, more like Assassin's Greed. That's the joke that someone makes every time a new Assassin's Creed game is mentioned.
Shout out to you, buddy, making that joke
everybody
somewhere.
out there, you're all out there, and they like skipped a year before Assassin's Creed Origins. I guess they're not skipping anymore.
Yeah, they're back
Right?
on that yearly schedule, right? They were gonna do it every other year for a while, and then guess not anymore. So, what do you bet? When do you think this game is gonna be out? Like fall?
Oh, I mean, obviously,
already
if there's
sending
merchandise
merch.
at game stores,
Yeah.
it's like that must be pre-order merchandise.
Probably.
Pre-order, get a keychain.
Probably, yeah. That makes sense to me.
I mean, first of all, is there anybody out there who doesn't want a keychain? I have a keychain. Look at this.
I've got a really cute keychain, actually.
I actually have my keys on a lanyard
That's actually really cute.
because it balls up in your pocket.
You might
and
not be
can
able to
really
see it, but
feel
there's like little hearts all over it. It's really cute. I love
yeah,
this.
little tiny baby hearts. It's not a Zelda reference unless you really want it to be one.
It's not.
Hey, what would they call it if there was an Assassin's Creed that was exclusive to Nintendo Switch and it had Link in it?
I don't know.
It would be called Assassin's Green because Link is wearing green. Couldn't they call this new one Assassin's Grease? These games are getting greasy. More like Assassin's Greasy.
Tim Rogers, everyone.
You could just go on with that forever.
You could.
And I will. As soon as this camera's off, I'm going to go into the bathroom, into a stall, and I'm going to lock the stall door and continue talking
Don't.
about Assassin's Creed.
Don't doubt that he will do this, because he will.
And someone else is going to come in the bathroom, and then you'll know. This is what they do whenever I do this, is they go over to the Bluetooth speaker and they just like turn the music up
Yeah.
so that until I can't hear
So
myself
he's just
think.
like really loud Cardi B up in the
Just
men's
turn it
bathroom.
up.
Yeah.
We've got music in the bathroom here.
We got a Sonos. It's pretty cool.
Little Sonos, yeah.
Usually the lady at the front desk, who is lovely and really just a great woman, she just puts it on random Spotify channels, and a lot of the time it turns out great.
It ain't bad.
Yeah.
Have you ever been sitting in the bathroom and the music just stops?
Yeah, I hate that so much.
And then you're like, uh-oh. And then like 2 minutes later, it just like comes back on like really loud and it scares you
Yep.
again.
Yep.
That's-
Every time there's no music in the bathroom, I feel very self-conscious because I'm so used to it. And
Yeah.
just like, you have bodily functions at work. You don't necessarily want to know about the bodily functions of the people you work with.
No.
And I don't want them to know about my own bodily functions. And music helps disguise that.
Mostly, I wish they would play louder music.
Yeah.
Because, like
One
real, like
time-
hardcore music so that people wouldn't hear
Yeah.
me screaming.
Yeah, just
In the
get
bathroom?
Gorilla Biscuits on there.
Yeah,
Like germs
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that'd be
just
great.
Screaming.
Just so when you scream, no one else will hear. They'll just think it's part of the song.
So wait, you were going to tell a story about one time.
One time we got to the office and for some reason the Sonos was on extremely loudly.
Uh-huh.
Like every time someone opened the bathroom door, we could hear it. And it was only playing songs from Phantom of the Opera. And no one knew why this was, and no one could find the people that could fix it and make it stop happening. So, like, for a good half hour, we were just listening to different songs from Phantom of the Opera and from different productions of Phantom of the Opera all throughout the office for, like, maybe a half hour, 45 minutes.
Sounds like a mystery. Will we ever find out who did it? Tune in next time.
Please come back next week. We love you very much. We were... What's the thing you always say, Tim? What's your catchphrase?
I was born at 60 FPS.
But you won't die at 12.
Yeah, but I will not die at 12 FPS.
Video games forever.
Kotakus for dinner.